In this video, I will demonstrate how to face, rough, and finish the part. The first thing we need to do is face the part. Face toolpaths allow the user to quickly clean the stock from one end of the part and create an even surface for future operations. Select the face icon. Select the OK button to accept the NC name. From the tool list, choose the OD Rough Right 80 degree tool and input the comment "Face the part." Now, select the Face Parameters tab and make the necessary changes as shown. Ensure the entry amount is set to 0.05. Also, enable Rough Step Over and make the amount 0.05. Finally, enable Finish Step Over and ensure the amount is 0.01. I will now explain some of the parameters found on this page. Entry amount sets the height at which the tool rapids to or from the part. Rough Step Over sets the roughing passes value. Finish Step Over sets the finish pass value. Overcut amount determines how far past the center of the part the tool will cut. The retract amount determines the distance the tool moves away from the face of the part before it moves to the start of the next cut. Stock to leave sets the remaining stock after the tool completes all passes. Cut away from the center line sets the tool to start cutting closest to the center line and cut away from the center line at each pass. Once you have entered all of the information, select the OK button to exit the face properties. Your toolpath will appear as shown. Next, I will show you how to check your parts using Backplot and Verify. To backplot the operation we have done so far, select the backplot icon in the Operations Manager. Backplotting shows the path the tools take to cut the part. This display lets you spot errors in the program before you machine the part. As you backplot toolpaths, Mastercam displays additional information such as the X, Y, and Z coordinates, the path length, the minimum and maximum coordinates, and the cycle time. It also shows you any collisions between the workpiece and the tool. From here, select the Backplot tab and enable the following settings: All Operations, Follow, and Leads. You can now select the Home tab. From here, ensure that the following settings are enabled: Tool and Workpiece. Finally, select the Play Simulation button to run the backplot. Your toolpath will appear as shown. Next, we will simulate the toolpath and verify. From the Mastercam Backplot Home, select the Verify button. Verify mode shows the path the tools take to cut the part with material removal. This display lets you spot errors in the program before you machine the part. As you verify toolpaths, Mastercam displays additional information such as the X, Y, and Z coordinates, the path length, the minimum and maximum coordinates, and the cycle time. It also shows any collisions between the workpiece and the tool. Ensure that the following are enabled: Tool, Stock, Fixtures, and Workpiece. Now select the Play button. To view the whole part, select the isometric view from the toolbars and the Fit icon. Your part will appear as shown. To exit Verify, click on the Close icon in the top right corner. Now we will rough the part. Rough toolpaths quickly remove large amounts of stock in preparation for a finish pass. Roughing passes are typically straight cuts parallel to the Z-axis. Select the Rough icon. The chaining dialog box will appear. The chaining mode is set to default. Select Entity A as shown. Make sure that the chaining direction is set to counterclockwise. Otherwise, select the Reverse button in the chaining dialog box. Now select Entity B as shown and select the OK button to exit the chaining dialog box. From the tool list, select the same tool from the previous operation and input the comment "Rough the part." Now, select the Rough Parameters tab and make any necessary changes as shown. Change the amount of stock to leave in both X and Z to 0.005. I will now explain the parameters on this page. Depth of cut sets the amount of material to be removed during each pass. Equal steps sets the depth of cut value to the maximum amount of material that the tool can remove at each pass to ensure equal passes. Minimum cut depth sets the minimum cut that can be taken per pass. Stock to leave in X sets the remaining stock in the X-axis after the tool completes the passes. Stock to leave in Y sets the remaining stock in the Y-axis after the tool completes all passes. Entry amount sets the height at which the tool rapids to or from the part. Now select the overlap button and input an amount of 0.05. Select the OK button to exit the Rough Overlap Parameters dialog box. From here, select the Lead In Lead Out button and choose the Lead Out tab to extend the end of the contour as shown. Change the value to 0.125. Once completed, select the OK button to exit the Lead In Lead Out parameters. In the Rough Parameters tab, change the stock recognition to Use Stock for Outer Boundary. When you enable the Use Stock for Outer Boundary, you will have the option available to adjust stock. Select the Adjust Stock button. When you click on the button, these options will appear. Now select the OK button to exit the Adjust Stock dialog box. Again, select the OK button to exit the Roughing Toolpath parameters. Your toolpath will appear as shown. We will now backplot and verify the part. To ensure that the tool motion is correct, we will backplot the operation. Select the backplot icon. Your toolpath will appear as shown. You can now exit backplot. Now we will verify the part by selecting all of the operations. Click the Select All Operations icon in the Operations Manager. You will notice that all the folders now have a green check mark. From here, select the Verify button in the Operations Manager. Your part will appear as shown. You can now exit Verify. Finally, we will finish the part. Select Alt-T on your keyboard to turn off the toolpath's display. Now choose the Finish icon. The chaining dialog box will appear. Choose the last button as shown. Now select the OK button to exit the chaining dialog box. From the tool list, select the OD 55 degree right tool and input the comment Finish the OD. Now select the Finish Parameters tab and make all the necessary changes as shown. Click on the Lead In Lead Out button, choose the Lead Out tab and extend the contour by an amount of 0.125. Select the OK button twice to generate the toolpath. Again, we will backplot the operation to ensure that the tool motion is correct. Your toolpath will appear as shown. You can now exit backplot. Finally, verify all of your operations. Your part will appear as shown. You can now exit Verify. We will now post the file. Posting refers to a process where the toolpaths in Mastercam are converted to a format that can be understood by the machine's control, specifically the G-codes. In most cases, every machine will require its own post-processor, customized to produce code formatted to meet the machine's exact requirements. Ensure all of the operations are selected from the Operations Manager. Now click on the Post-Selected Operations button from the Operations Manager. The Post-Processing dialog box will appear. Select the OK button and save your file. The Mastercam Code Expert window will be launched and the NC program will appear. Ensure the code appears correct for your machine. You can now exit the Mastercam Code Expert and save your file. This will complete tutorial number 1.